New season brings new excitement for every team, but especially our Chicago Bears with all the change made to the team. But on today's episode, we're not just going to talk about the best case scenarios because I think we all know what that's going to be. We can talk about the worst case scenarios as well. Me and C-Dub going to get into it all and more right after this.
Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. C-Dub and Haize in the building today. Bobby's out on podcast PTO. He had to get the midget strippers together. But you know, that is what it is there. Shout out to Bobby. Dub, man, best and worst case scenarios. We're gonna start off with the good, because that's easier to talk about. But I want to talk also about, I want to spend some time talking about what could go wrong with this Bears season. The only reason I want to do that is to be prepared, because we are the Chicago Bears, and sometimes things don't go the way that we think they should go. But when you look at the best case scenario for the Bears, how you feeling about it coming into the season, brother?
Oh man, when you talk about the best case scenarios for the Chicago Bears, I think there's different levels to this. I think there's different options to this. I think number one is obviously, as some miracle, the football gods let us get to the Super Bowl and win it. That'll be the ultimate uh thing that can go right for the Chicago Bears.
Shout out to Rich Eisen, who did say if everything goes right, the Bears could be in the Super Bowl. I'm like, hey, I need weed you smoking,
Yeah,
Rich.
he's smoking some good. So he got to put us on with that connect. I ain't
Yeah.
uh, but we ain't gonna go that far. We gonna be rational over here with the Chicago Bears Central, and even though we are poor for that, but we gonna be a little rational. What about goals that we realistically can attain? Can we win the NFC North? Uh, if everything goes right, I think that's definitely in play. Uh, Numerous Pro Bowl selections. I think that's a goal, a positive that the Bears can get. And I would say more than 3 offensive players in the Pro Bowl would be a great thing for the Chicago Bears. I also would like to say, if we can lead the league in scoring, it's crazy. It's coming from nowhere, but don't just dismiss it with all these weapons on this team. I think it's a lot of goals that the Bears can attain without being that ultimate irrational, go to the Super Bowl and win it. It's a lot of things that can go right in this season for the Chicago Bears to make it a successful season.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that could go right for sure. I mean, you look at the talent that we have on the offensive side of the ball, regardless of your view, what your view is on how long it's going to take for it all to click right or not. There's some serious talent on that offensive side of the ball. I think the thing that I look at in best case scenarios for the Bears, like you said, is winning the NFC North would be a great one. I just want to see us. I don't care if we sneak in as a wild card. I just want to see us make some postseason play. I think that should be a big step for this team when you look at it. 3 wins, then the 7 wins. And then those 7 wins could have been 9, right? I think realistically, if you talk about some things breaking even for the Chicago Bears and better execution down the stretch, and that puts you almost in the playoffs last year. So yeah, this offense realistically is going to take a while to gel and get firing on all cylinders. But I think even with all that said, postseason has to be one of the goals for this team. And if they fall short of that, it depends on the reasons why they fall short. If they fall short because of injury, if they fall short because I guess injury is really looking at the main thing, then that could be something that I could excuse. But to me, this defense is way too goddamn good. And the offense has too much talent. We got to see how it's all going to come together. Too much talent for us to not be contending for a playoff spot this year.
And also, you could throw in those personal things that can go right, like individual, like Tevin Jenkins. I'm gonna even cut you some slack, Tevin. Give me 16 games. Give me 16 games this season. How about Caleb Williams? Can you get 30 TDs this season? Is that too much of a push? 3,500 yards, that too much of a push? How about DeAndre Swift? Can we get 1,100 yards? Can we get 11? You know, and it breaks down to that. Tentori Taylor, can you make the Pro Bowl? And I just put
As
that
a punter?
kicker. That's the kicker. You see that? Can he make the Pro Bowl?
Yes.
Y'all talking all this shit like he kicking it to the moon. Can he make the Pro Bowl?
Yes. Listen, I have no doubts. Tory Taylor may be the best punter in the game of football this year.
What the hell are you talking about?
Bro, Tory Taylor may be the best punter in football this year, right away his rookie year.
Bro, they try to troll me. Why y'all always trying to troll?
Nobody's trying to troll you, bro. This is legit. Tory Taylor is damn near the best punter in college football history. Yes, he has the chance to be the best punter right away in the NFL.
Stand these guys.
It's not like he needs. It's not like he needs to learn scheme.
Like, right.
I mean, like all jokes aside, like he ain't got to learn the scheme. He ain't got to learn the playbook. Kick the fucking ball. Like
you sound like me, Drip. You sound like me.
But you try to make it seem like all they do is kick. It's a lot more of timing, placement, all that type of stuff that play into kicking it. But I'm just saying he doesn't necessarily have to learn the playbook. You just got to come out there and do what you do good.
You're right about that. I should never brought his ass up. Anyway, if we could get 7 sacks from the other side of the defensive line, how about that? Just to set that as the bar. 7 sacks from. Wait a minute. That's too easy. Can we get 10 sacks as a whole from whoever plays on the opposite end of Montez?
As a collective, 10 sacks from one person. As a collective, I mean, I'll say this. As a collective, to me, the defensive line needs 12 to 15. Bro, what is going on with your audio, bro? Your audio situation is in the toilet right now, bro. You got feedback coming in, bro. It sounds like aliens talking to us, man. What we doing, man? See, you scream into that damn mic so much your mic hurting, bro. Your mic is hurting.
Hold on, let me push some buttons. What happened was I got this laugh card and I'm trying to make it work, bro. I ain't got it set right yet. So is it that bad?
I mean, when you got it sounds like aliens talking to you is kind of bad, bro. Like that's all I can say,
bro. Hey,
see, listen, you got it. Why ain't you hit me up when it comes to equipment? Don't be going buying equipment on your own, C-Dub. You should know better than that, bro. Don't be going buying equipment on your own, man. See, you done went rogue in the business for yourself, and now look at where we are.
He said, "Don't buy equipment on your own, man. We're gonna have to get together after this or something. You gotta have to put me in some clues to get this shit right."
Oh man, that is hilarious. I don't even remember the point I was making anymore, man. But like overall, like that's the rest of the defensive line. They can get realistically between 12 and 15 sacks on top of whatever Montez Sweat gets us. That's a solid defense as far as getting to the quarterback, and that kind of brings us into what the other side of this, right? What could go bad for the Chicago Bears? And of course, health, right? So we're not going to talk about health. Health is always the thing that could go bad for any team. It could literally take a good coming into a good potential season and make it a terrible season. So for the nature of the conversation, I'm going to assume, which is dangerous, that all of you guys understand that injury is the thing that could deter any team, right? So we understand that. I know Zeke is in here. He's a little remedial, but I think everybody can understand that injury is something that could definitely derail the team. Outside of health being something that could derail the team, I'm gonna start off with the defense because I think this is what you're alluding to. The second half, the last 9 games of the season, basically, the Chicago Bears defense looked totally different. Yeah. And a lot of us are believing that if they're going to start off the season there. But I'm going to say this: if that 9 games was a mirage and we don't act and we play more like the beginning of the season than at the end of the season, that can completely derail this season for the Chicago Bears if the defense isn't as good as it looked to end last season.
Absolutely, 100%. And that goes into a bigger spectrum. Expectation as an individual and as a whole. When you say about the defense, what we had the last 9 games of the season, is it going to be more of that, or was it just a mirage, or was it some other thing that had them guys playing well last season at the end? But when you can turn it over to Caleb Williams, is the expectations, is it too much for Caleb Williams? Can he ever live up to all the expectations that we place upon the kid? Do we expect this offensive line to be better, but are they really going to be better with few?
You supposed to be going one by one. You unloading the clip all in one.
Did I sound like that? I'm listening to myself on this. I can hear the feedback. Go ahead.
Unloading the whole clip on you.
That was a smart
Oh.
part going. Go ahead.
Nah, Zeke, I just had to throw you some fun, my boy. You good, bro. You family here. We know we joke around this mug, bro. That's all. No, but yeah, the defense, I do think like the defense, so much to me at the beginning of the season, those first 6 games before the bye week come down to the defense being able to be what we expect them to be because you're returning all but 2 starters on that defense. You need to be able to pick up where you left off on. The offense is a little bit different. You got to be able to pick up on that. And if the defense doesn't, or if they get off to another slow start, or if they have some major injuries that derail them, the beginning of the season could be ugly for this team, man.
And that's the reason. Well, it really fits in this category because of that last part of the season, and you still hold like most of the personnel, and you got the same coach running the defense in Matt Eberflus.
Yeah.
So I'll even say in week 1, if we see a fall off, that's going to be very alarming to me. If we giving up 25 points in the first week, if we can't get any stops on third down, if we making silly mistakes like penalties and stuff like that, I'm gonna be really concerned because you should be still in that trajectory that we were going. We were going in that upward trending trajectory. So that'll be really alarming, dude. Really alarming.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you look at it, the defense has talked about wanting to force takeaways, which they did at the end of the season. They got to the quarterback much more often at the end of the season. All that happened. And you got to be able to start bringing that at the start. If you can't, it's going to be ugly. And then outside of and that's just the defense overall. And to your point, what you were getting into as well is the offensive line. This offensive line, they didn't go out and improve it the way that some of us had hoped. You did go from trash center play to hopefully competent center play. And that step could be huge for the Chicago. Just competent center play can make such a big difference for the Chicago Bears team. But I'll tell you what, if we have another injury riled season on that offensive line, if Coleman Shelton and Ryan Bates end up somehow inheriting the ghost of Sam Mustipher, it's going to be ugly. If Tevin Jenkins can't stay healthy, God forbid, Darnell Wright, who ended that season so strong, if he gets off to a slow start or something, this offensive line has the chance to really help their rookie quarterback, or they have the chance to break their rookie quarterback. And I hope that it's not the latter.
That is an absolute great comment. They got a chance to make the quarterback or break them. But I'll give you this. When you're attacking the offense of the Chicago Bears this season, you're going to start you can always start with the weakness. And I think the weakness when they look at the Chicago Bears offense is the offensive line. So you're going to see heavy blitzes. You're going to see all type of defensive schemes to confuse the offensive line because they relatively young as well. You do got your vets out there, Nate Davis and Ryan Bates if he starts at center, and Shelton too if he starts at center. So it's going to be a question mark with the offense for the early part of the season, but we can really see where they at, and they absolutely be the thing that can break this team as a whole, offensively and defensively. If you can't move the chains because your offensive line can't block for you, they can't be disciplined enough not to go off sides and do false starts and things like that, it can really hurt your team as a whole. So it's going to be important, bro. These guys get it together quickly.
I agree. They got to get it together. And if they can't, man, that's going to be a big struggle for this team. That offensive line, I've looked at it and said, well, better health and continuity, I think will be much better than where we left off last year. But if we don't have that, it can get ugly, bro. It can get real ugly, man. It can look like Reggie Mama in here, and we don't really want that to happen, bro.
Damn, see that ugly? I'm just tripping, man.
Nah. And then, of course, the last thing that I think could definitely go wrong, and I'm not going to put this just on Caleb. If our rookies look like rookies.
Yeah.
And, yes, of course, the biggest one is Caleb. Rome, we have a little bit more buffer there of Rome Odunze for some reason, but I think at playing him at the slot, he's going to be able to take advantage of every he's going to be the mismatch wide receiver. They're going to be able to any type of mismatch they have. Because I'll tell you what, there aren't going to be a whole lot of teams that have the depth of cornerback to cover everything that we have. But if for some reason a mixture between Keenan Allen being unhealthy, if that happens, and a mixture of Rome Odunze looking like a rookie, it could get ugly for you there. I think, and then as much as Austin Booker is not slated to be a starter, we'll see. I do think that we're going to end up having to use Austin Booker a lot, especially with how Eric Washington likes to rotate that defensive line. If those rookies, and Torrey Taylor, if those rookies don't get over the rookie hump or even have a huge rookie hump where it, and don't get me started on Caleb Williams. Like, I get it. I've given Caleb Williams a lot more grace than a lot of Bears fans. I know he's going to have mistakes. I always go to, hey, Peyton Manning looked like a human. His like less than a human. That motherfucker, his rookie year looked like absolute dog water and shit. Let's just be real. I was alive then. Some of y'all weren't. I remember the talk around Peyton Manning after his rookie year when they were saying, hey, maybe Peyton Manning was a little overrated. So some of the greats had rough rookie years. So I'm not expecting Caleb to come in and be a perfect prospect, but I tell you what, he has to be competent. You cannot come in and look like you don't belong. He does not have that amount of grace. He doesn't have that type of grace to get over. You have to come in and you have to be competent. You have to be on point. And you know that we have veterans around you that are going to help with that, absolutely. But you gotta have because of what Ryan Poses did and because of the way he decided to attack the offense, we are gonna have to rely on our rookies to be a big part in certain aspects of our game. And if they don't live up to at least a portion of the hype in year one, it's going. Bears fans are going to be, let Caleb Williams have a 3-interception game 2 games in a row.
Oh my goodness, please, knock on wood. Bro,
some of y'all gonna be in here. I'm gonna have to send out the mental health wagon for some of y'all. Is all I'm gonna say,
bro. I'm glad you said that about the rookies, because that's kind of what I was thinking as well. Like, I need to ask you a question, Drip. Is it unfair that we think these rookies should bypass any kind of rookie, and I'm gonna call it hazing, getting acclimated with the NFL? We're actually, the way we speak about these kids, like, we expect Rome Duzier to come in here and get close to 1,000 yards.
Oh, Dunze. Stop adding a syllable, bro. You're making it harder on yourself. Oh, Dunze. Okay.
I'll just make it easier. We expect Rome. We expect Rome to be a 1,000-yard receiver, be a veteran out there. We expect Caleb to go out there and not have any rookie troubles out there. Every rookie has that welcome to the NFL moment. Is that fair for these rookies, though?
Oh yeah, they're gonna have their listen, Rome is gonna get cracked coming across the middle a couple of times.
Yeah.
He's gonna happen, bro. There's gonna be some drop passes in there. It's gonna happen. Like, those things are gonna happen, because guess what? Those happen to some of the best wide receivers in the league. 5 years into their career, they drop passes. So I'm not expecting him not to have that. It's just that we have to have more good than bad.
Absolutely.
So
I still think that's a little extra burden for any rookie. I think there's more of an expectation than any rookie in the NFL this season. Can you say that?
Yeah, because Bears fans are thirsty as fuck. Rightfully so.
Bro.
It's been a struggle, bro. 37 years of my life, bro. Oh. We've had 4 good seasons. 37 years of my fucking life, bro. 4 of these motherfuckers, bro.
Damn, I could tell you're not making a 3-point contest on 4 for 37. You ain't making the baseball team 4 for 37.
4. Like, yeah, bro. That's why, like I said, I don't always agree with some of the crazy expectations people have for the Bears rookies, but I understand them, because if you've been through a fraction of what I've been through, listen, we thirsty in this motherfucker, bro. Yeah. Can we get a drop of water, bro? What is the I already know Steve are gonna get on me. There's a passage in the Bible where somebody is burning in hell, and he was like, just dip your finger in the water and just let it drip on my tongue, because they were thirsty, bro. They burning in hell. That's where Bears fans are right now.
I hope you got that right.
I hope I got that right. It's something like that.
I swear to God, man. Hey, Drip, this is a good question when it comes to the offense. Which one of these guys, besides the quarterback, because I think that'd be the obvious answer, we can't have a letdown season from anybody on the offense, the starting guys? Can't have a letdown season. And I'm gonna just throw mine in. Darnell Wright can't have a letdown season. I think he's the most important piece to me. He cannot have a letdown season, because that'll just compound the problems on the offensive line if we have a bad season for Darnell Wright.
Darnell Wright and Tevin Jenkins are the pieces of the offensive line I feel the most confident in as far as on the football field. Tevin, we have a whole different thing on. He needs to stay healthy. Like he does look like he's in great shape. I don't know if you've seen Tevin Jenkins.
Yeah.
He looks like he's in great shape. Hopefully that helps him stay healthy. Like you just know for 100% fact. Every time Tevin Jenkins woman ride him, he catch a hamstring injury, bro. Like you just know it, bro.
You get
You ain't never caught a cramp while busting a nut at the same time. That's the most confusing shit that's ever happened in life, bro. Catching a cramp at the same time as busting a nut is literally like you like, oh shit, bro. Like
motherfucker 24, 25. He ain't catching no cramps, bro.
Tevin Jenkins ain't catching no cramps, bro.
Not at 24, 25.
Bro, come on now. Tevin missed 3 games because he sneezed too hard, bro. Like I don't doubt that, bro.
Hell no. It's yeah, bro. Hey, we need him, bro. We need him. Yeah, what? You good, Drip? You good?
The dog started getting into it.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, man, like I said, all jokes aside, like I'm a little worried about those two we need big seasons from. But my biggest concern still to this day is the center play, bro. Like I know that Ryan Bates and Coleman Shelton are upgrades on paper, but guess what? Most people are upgrades on paper from what the fuck we got last year, bro. Like that's all I'm saying. Like we with that offense, I'm not really worried about DJ Moore. I'm not worried about Keenan Allen. I'm not worried about Rome Odunze. Like I know what they bring. DeAndre Swift, Khalil Herbert. I'm not really worried about them as long as health. I'm worried about the offensive line, even if these motherfuckers are completely healthy. That's the problem, right? If you took away the health concerns and you looked at it and said everybody on the Chicago Bears offense is going to stay healthy, who's giving you the biggest concern? It's that fucking offensive line, bro.
100%. That's exactly why I brought it up. I knew you would go there too with the offensive line because when you look at it in the offseason and all the key additions we did, the least attention was made to the offensive line. So I think they did improve it, but I still got to see it in action, though. I still got to see that joint in action, bro. Got to.
Yeah. I mean, that's you're not wrong for feeling that way. To say we got to see it before we believe it, you're not wrong to feel that way because we've heard this stuff. Like we've heard, oh, Sam Mustipher's improved. All right.
How many years in a row we
Lucas
heard?
Patrick's gonna finally be healthy. All right. Yeah, like okay, let's not get a little too fancy here. We've heard all of it, so it just comes down to them proving it. Like on paper, we got a talented team, but and I don't want to overlook this either. Matt Eberflus. We can't talk just about the players all the time. Matt Eberflus, I get it. He has 1 year in his contract after the season. More than likely, he's going to get to see that through. But like Matt Eberflus has to step up. You've replaced your coordinator. You've got 2 veteran coordinators. You had 2 rookie coordinators that were in there with you that started with you. You got veteran coordinators in there with you now. You understand you got to call the plays to start off the season. Matt Eberflus is so important to all of this as well because if he is not fixed, his awareness as a head coach, if he doesn't trust the voices and they aren't helping him with some of that shit that he's low on, all this don't damn matter. Matt Eberflus has to be better for the Chicago Bears. They sat in a room and had meetings for 3 days. I'm telling you, bro, C-Dub, imagine if me and Bobby said we had to talk for 3 days to decide if you're going to stay on the podcast or not. You'd be like, what the fuck am I doing?
What am I doing?
The Bears front office talked for 3 days to decide if you were going to stay in this job. That needs to be a wake-up call for you.
Yes, and I'm glad you brought that up. They've been giving concessions to what Matt Eberflus wanted on his team, like the first draft picks, the first couple of draft picks were defensive players trying to help Matt Eberflus. Now they got you a nice offensive coordinator. They let go. That seems to be the problem from last year. And Lukey Dookie, you got a better personnel all around on this team. Dude, it's some great coaches. This is just my thought. It is some great coaches without a job this year. great. You better get it together this season, man. We gonna have to have a great season as far as record. We're gonna have to see development with the quarterback, and that defense finally has to sit in that top 5. I'll give you top 10 for the whole entirety of the season. And you have to make great coaching decisions throughout the season. Because I think you've been a little mid since you came. Just being honest, you've been a little mid when it comes to decisions like challenging plays and substitutions and intervening in play calls. So, dude, I think this is a real important season for Matt Eberflus personally.
Absolutely. And just so y'all don't think I was tripping, because that would have been a pause moment on the Bible verse, Luke 16:23-24. And in hell, he lift up his eyes to bring in torments and see Abraham from afar. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me and send Lazarus that he may dip his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. Look at
Shout out to Drip, bro. Shout out to Drip, man.
Listen, I be knowing my Bible's a former deacon, but that is Bears fans right now. For I am tormented in this flame. We've been in hell for 37 years, bro.
Talk to me, preach.
Well, come on.
Well, they got Drip on here preaching, y'all. What y'all talking about?
Listen, it's Sunday service in this mug, girl. What are we talking about?
So y'all get everything from the show. I'm sorry, bro. You get everything. He just gave you a quick 30-second sermon, bro. You could get it. It was cold too. It was cold.
Listen, I had to look it up myself because I'm like, if I'm tripping on it, everybody gonna be like, "Hey, why did it say something with some let it drip on the tongue?" Like I had to look.
Hell no.
Oh man, that is hilarious, man. That is funny. Any other thoughts, C-Dub?
Hey, no, man. Shout out to y'all. Get ready to watch Javon Dexter this season. That's the one I'm gonna guarantee, a personal C-Dub guarantee that he gonna be a standout this season. That's my guy this season. Dexter.
That's Javon Dexter making a leap this season would completely change because we know where Andrew Billings is solid, right? I don't want to overlook and act like he's solid. You know what he's going to bring every single day, but he's not explosive. He's not going to he's going to get a couple of sacks, but you're not looking at him to be the guy who's busting up quarterbacks, right? Javon Dexter taking a leap this season, and with what he's done as far as the strength, the agility, the things like that, getting pressure in both the pass game and the running game, that could make Montez Sweat's job so easy. And I'm going to be interested to see, do they have him lining up next to Sweat? Or do they have Billings next to Sweat and Javon Dexter next to Walker on the opposite side to kind of get some pressure for both sides? But I tell you what, because if you're double teaming Montez Sweat and Javon Dexter is looking like he seems like he's going to do, you're going to have to really second guess what the hell you're going to do on that defense line. Javon Dexter is so important to what this, and the Bears really the fact that they did not go out and get a 3-tech at all. They didn't even think about getting a 3-tech. Him and Zach Pickens got the vote of confidence from Ryan Poles this year. Those guys need to bring it for sure.
And I'm sure that the coaching staff, Matt Eberflus, and everybody on the defense talked to the Javon Dexter. This is the most important position on my defense. Matt Eberflus probably told him, we need you to do this, and that. Now, he came to minicamp or OTAs, what it was. He lost a lot of body fat. He looking lean and strong. I love that in a young player. That means he's ready to go get it. He's focused and he's hungry. I'm telling you, this kid is going to have a crazy season. Watch.
Yeah, let's hope so. Jason says don't sleep on Keith Randolph either. We got to make sure he's going to make the team. He's not guaranteed to make the team yet, but I do think he's going to make. Listen, because like I've said before, Eric Washington, he used 52 combinations on the defensive line last year, and they didn't have nearly the depth that the Chicago Bears could have if they keep like a Keith Randolph. So yeah, you're going to see everybody. So
I didn't know Randolph. Who was that? Zach Randolph?
Keith Randolph. It's a guy out of Illinois. It's an undrafted free agent we signed.
Oh, okay.
He's a monster. Yeah.
Oh, that kid from Illinois? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, so yeah, we got to see what they're going to bring, man. I like a lot of what we have here, man. We just got to We gotta hope that it's gonna all come together on the in reality the way that it looks on paper. And let's hope that we're talking about a lot more wins. Keep in mind, we're going into our third season of this podcast. We've talked about a total of 10 wins over 2.5 years.
Bro, that's depressing. It's not depressing because we kick it with the gang, the chat and
Yeah.
shit. But damn, bro. Damn. That's bad, bro. 10 wins in 3 years, bro. Is nuts, bro.
So
Nuts.
yeah, we haven't had a lot of wins to talk about. Let's hope that changes this season. But that's our time for today, guys, man. Make sure you guys are following us at Shy Bears Central on every social media platform we're on. Gotta get the TikTok back popping. I've fallen off on posting on the TikTok. We gotta get the TikTok back popping. You can also send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, Chicago Bears Central, gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave us a text message and our voicemail, 773-242-9336. We're the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We about this bitch. I'm about to go crack open a beer.